disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Dots on the screen like disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. First order of business: sound check, mic check, video check. All good. Are we hearing me well? Good morning. Good morning. Give me a mic check, sound check, everything else. All good. Thank you, Carl. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys doing well. We had a great meetup in Boca. Santiago was there. Jim Hamilton was there. A couple of other guys. It was really a lot of fun. Good morning from Toronto. Yeah. Ready for a new set of rules. You know me well, Tony. Actually, not a new set of rules, but an improved set of rules that I want to share with you today, because definitely, you know, I had a great time in Boca. Had 100 people in the room. It was like just packed out the room. I'll show you some pics tomorrow, some great videos from there. But you know, as I was kind of going through the process and showing the setups, I got some very good feedback, because we had like a little lunch with a lot of the traders afterwards, and I got some really good feedback from traders, specifically really having to do with just the Apex, the actual Apex rules for the funded accounts. And you know, although I've been sort of showing you the 1-to-4 risk reward ratio, which obviously very negative risk reward, even though it works very well for us, I realized that actually Apex is like a 1-to-3 max. So I mean, I don't think they really care on the micro, you know, if I'm at 1-to-4, but just to be really kosher with the rules, and also to you know, given the setups that I want to show you, which are very high accurate setups, I'm perfectly actually comfortable reducing the risk to 1-to-2. So just to give you an idea, I'm going to trade today 2 4s, $2 target, $4 stop on gold, 10 20 on NASDAQ. You know, when and if we get the chances. I'm going to primarily trade gold with you, because gold has just been where the money is all, you know, has all been. And I started to do a little bit of this today, and you know, you can see that, you know, all of my accounts have been, you know, I think I left you guys when the 8 account was around 26.2. It's now 26.4. The 21 account was under 51. This one, you know, is at 51. That was actually a lot of battle. I took this one down to like 50,700, brought it back up. It was, you know, that was an interesting battle. 25 account was at 51.2, and now it's at 51,390. And the 26 account, I'm just going to start working with you this morning. It's at 300. Let's see if we can run it up to 400. So trading just micros, but we're going to trade 2 4s instead of 2 8s, which I think is obviously a lot more palatable to everybody. Most important thing is Apex is back to 80, and I want everybody to go out there and get the Apex accounts right now, because tomorrow we're trading live, and we're going to try and let me see if I can get this done. Is this working? APX. Oh, it's not. Let me see if I can. Oh, hang on a second. Why is this not working? I wanted to put the link in here. Let me see if I can put the link in here. Hang on. No. All right, hold on. I need to do this off camera. Just bear with me a sec, guys. Because I want to give you the discount link. Make sure you guys have it, because we're gonna do straddles tomorrow. We're actually gonna do. Yeah. Okay. Control X. Let's see if you guys are gonna get this link. I put myself back on the Mac. I'm trading off the Mac, so of course, like 25,000 extensions and everything else is not fully transferred over. So all of my shortcuts and everything is not working. But this is the link. I just sent, I sent the link in here. You can also QR the code. Those of you guys who are sitting on X and are watching me or just watching me on mobile, you can just QR this code and make sure that you get the 80% off on the what do you call it, on Apex. Definitely get the accounts today, because tomorrow we're going to straddle both gold and NASDAQ and see if we can get funded in just one trade on the CPI numbers, right? I'm going to obviously walk you through that tomorrow. Right. First, we're not going to need more than the first month XLB, because we're going to use these accounts are either going to get funded tomorrow or get burnt. So that's why it is. Jers tells me that Apex is a maximum 5-to-1 mass order ratio. I don't know. You know what? Maybe I got the wrong information. Anyways, it doesn't hurt, Jers. By the way, love the handle. Love the handle. It doesn't hurt to have a 2-4. I wanted to. It's actually easier to recover. I don't think we need a 2.8. The volatility is definitely insane, but with the setups that I wanted to show you, the hyper accurate setups that I wanted to show you, I don't think we need more than 2.4, meaning we don't need more than 4 a room for a $4 stop on gold in order for us to actuate these setups. So I'm going to go through them in just 1 second with you. How many accounts do we need? XLB, you need 4 accounts to trade the straddle. 2 accounts to straddle NASDAQ, 2 accounts to straddle gold. If you want to straddle with me tomorrow, straddle the news. D, you can on pre-funded, okay? So you can't do that on funded, obviously, but on pre-funded, they don't care. If you want to give it a shot, they're more than happy to let you straddle, okay? So that's why we do this all the time. That helps people to get funded very, very fast, and you only do it when the accounts are super cheap, because obviously you don't want to do it with expensive. But when it's super cheap, it's just an easy way to get ourselves funded. So yeah, we're gonna do that. By the way, guys, you like the new layout? I made the screen much a little bit bigger, like in terms of I took the banners out. I put the banner right on the screen. I realized that we could do this with TradingView. So it's I think it's just hopefully creates a little bit of just better view, right? Like you guys have more view of the screen of the charts, and it's not as busy. It doesn't look like a NASCAR race, right? Yeah, much better screen. Okay, cool. I'm glad you like that. Yeah. See, all these ideas came to me while I was on a trip to Boca as a way to improve our experience, the trading experience. All right, so it's 9:15. We're obviously we're going to trade gold in Trade of 8. We're going to trade NASDAQ in wealth charts. Here's the wealth charts layout. We're obviously not going to trade NASDAQ until the market opens, because we never trade 10-15 minutes before the open, because that's really sucker hour. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I call the hyper accurate setups that I really, really like. And I don't know, Santiago's in the room. I don't know if he's around, or maybe Christopher. Who's the one that trades retraces all the time? Is it Christopher? Was it you who's like the retrace maven? Because I want to show you like a really, really great retrace setup with the dots. That I just sort of came to me. As a matter of fact, there's 2 of them like staring. I missed both of them because I was actually one of them I traded, and the other one I missed because I was setting up for you guys. But let me show you where they're at. I'm going to actually mark them on the screen exactly. Okay, the what is a retrace setup? A retrace setup is where prices are going down, but you're going to be buying. You're going to buy a sell candle or sell a buy candle, right? A retrace trade is where you think you're going to find value in trend, right? When it works, it's like the lowest risk trade, because you're just going to buy the bottom of that trend or sell the top of the downtrend. You're going to buy the bottom of the uptrend, sell the top. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does everybody understand what I mean by so Christopher, you're going to love this one. I think you probably already do this, but I'm going to go through. The beautiful part about this is it is so incredibly precise in terms of how it looks on the charts for us, that everybody should be able to immediately see the setup. So first of all, positive trend, right? The most important thing, we're in positive trend. Gold is positive trend. 8 SMA above 200 SMA. Step 1, right? It's got to be, we're trading with a big trend. It's only the retrace setup only works with a big trend. So big trend is positive. So we're only looking for buys. How do you buy the perfect retrace trend in using dots? You're buying purple on green. And that's the sort of shortcut that's very easy to say. What that means is the candle must be green, the slope must be green, the dot must be purple. Okay, so if you get a sell-off, that still stays above the 8 SMA, that the slope stays green, it is a beautiful, beautiful buy. Want to buy over here? Let me see if I think it's, hang on a second. Just bear with me a sec. I think I can move this around. Is this shift? No, it's control. Maybe it's command. Is it command? Yeah, okay. I have to reteach myself all the Mac commands now that I'm doing. Okay, you see how there's a second one over here? Do you see how little risk there was in both of these trades? Do you see how much money, how much of a money trade that is? It doesn't happen a lot, but when you get these kind of constructs, it's a beautiful, beautiful trade, right? Everybody vibing me on this trade? Do you guys see? Do you see how it's setting up? How it sets up? It's purple on green, and inverse, it's white on red. So on the inverse side, this would be a sell. This wasn't as pretty a sell, but it still worked. Let me find it. Hang on. There we go. Right over here. White on red. Negative slope, negative trend, negative red candle on a white. You're selling over here, right? It goes a little bit against you. I think it actually goes quite a lot against it. 27 against 30. It goes like almost, it goes 3 against you on a 4 stop. So you know, really stretches you out, and then boom, slides down like a chart. This, on the other hand, is not a retrace trade because it's not a white on red. It's a white on green. It's already out of your parameters. Everything has to be perfectly aligned for it to be a perfect retrace trade. Here's another good retrace trade right over here. Right over here. Positive trend, purple on green. Vibing me over here. You long here, boom. Very little retrace, you're gone. No, Dave, we don't trade when we see the dot. We trade on candle close. It's only a valid dot after the candle closes. What do you buy on the close? You buy on the close of the candle. Yes, sorry. So the foundational rule of all BFF dot trading is that you never make a trade until the candle closes, because the dot could disappear. All the conditions have to close on a signal in order for it to be legitimate. So that's step number 1. It's the foundational rule of everything we do, right? Of everybody who trades. But you guys see that the retrace structure. It's very cool, right? And that's obviously a super high probability trade. And I really like it. Now, the next trade that is a very high probability trade is the pull away trade. So first of all, let me stop and just make sure you guys are vibing me on the retrace trade. Just type in retrace yes, so that I know you guys understand it. Oh, sorry, I actually just missed one. You're right. As I was explaining it, people are telling me that I just missed one. I missed this one. So I'm going to be missing a few trades because I'm going to be explaining them. That's just the nature of the beast. I'd rather explain them to you a little bit here, so that you'll understand. As you see, there's 1,000 trades coming up. Here's a trade that is an interesting possibility for us. Not the perfect pull away trade. The perfect pull away trade is the first trade in slice. This could very well be the top. But I'm gonna take it with you guys just to show you what a pull away trade is. A pull away trade is when you have a bottom of the candle floating above the moving average. We have a green dot, but the bottom of the candle doesn't even touch the moving average. It's pulling away from the moving average. It's a pure momentum trade. The best one is the first one in a slice, right? But as you can see, anytime you have it, it generally gives you continuity. Remember, what are we trading? Continuity. So I'm going to just see, let's see if we can just get long this thing. Let's see if I can get into this trade. See if I can get it. All right, I'm in the trade. we're trading 2 4s. So if I get stopped, it's not the end of the world because it's a relatively small risk. But this is very much a chase trade. This is already the third or the fourth pull away signal in our sequence. So it's nowhere near as good a trade as this one would have been or this one would have been. But it's still a pull away trade and it's a legit trade, and it worked because there's nothing like a pull away. I really got to get my mind out of the gutter. But yeah. Default name. Where are you from? Are you from Default, Mississippi? No, I'm just kidding you. Are you asking me what is the BFF dots? BFF dots is my own proprietary indicator that I wrote myself. So guys, I'm going to get rid of. Should I get rid of all the arrows, or does the arrow does it help you on the arrows here? So this was the pull away trade that we did right here. And it's available if you join me for coaching, which, by the way, coaching is today, right? Coaching is today. Let me put the link for coaching for you guys too, if you want it. I have to do everything now. Cut and paste. Santiago, come by, my friend. All right, I'm putting the coaching link. If you guys want the coaching, right? There's going to be a whole bunch of new people joining coaching, and I'm obviously going to go through all of this in excruciatingly keen detail in terms of setups and everything else. Coaching is 7 p.m. Thursday, so if you join me now. By the way, the other cool thing is if you join me now, as the deal is always, if you join me in coaching, I buy you free Apex accounts, and with this discount, you guys will be able to get 4. You might be, as a matter of fact, think about this. This is a really good deal. If you join us in coaching, if you join me in coaching today, I'm going to give you the discount and the refund. You're going to be able to buy those 4 Apex accounts to do the news straddle, and see if we can get them funded instantly. To try to do instant funding tomorrow. So I might be able to to get that done with you guys, and then you can trade it. Then you can try and trade the payout accounts with me, which is all the accounts that I'm trading right now. These are all payout accounts. These are all funded accounts. In Apex, a funded account starts with a PAPX, and a evaluation account starts with an Apex. So these are 4 funded, and then I have like another 8 or 9 in wealth charts. I was like, I could trade NASDAQ, but I can't because it's 925, and I really wanted to. But this is a pull away trade in NASDAQ, right? Just for shits and giggles. If you wanted to play this, I want to set up the right bracket settings for NASDAQ. I think it's going to be 40. I'm going to try and do 40.80. Okay. So if this holds, like if this dot holds, you see that the candle is floating above the moving average. We got a green dot. I would be trading this with a 1020, maybe 1020. Yeah, I think so. Let me see what the I might be a trade. You could trade it with even 510. Although I really don't like to trade with a 10 stop in NASDAQ because it's just too volatile. But yeah, let's say we came in here, closes 999. Target would be 2504. No, sorry, 2509 against a 79 stop. So we don't trade this because it's 5 minutes before the open, but this would be a pull away trade that we could trade. Beginning of the slice, nice clean pull away trade. If it hits 2509, that would really work. Corey, I'm going to trade 2 on wealth charts, 2 on Tradeovate. I'm going to trade gold on Tradeovate and NASDAQ on wealth charts, and I will walk you guys through tomorrow on the size. It's going to be 50,000. We're going to trade $50,000 accounts. Okay, So all $50,000, buy to 50,000. Sorry, let me. I always forget that I gotta tell all the information to people. We're gonna buy $50,000 accounts. Those are the best accounts in terms of risk reward. They have the almost a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio in terms of how much risk we have to how much reward we need, and we're going to trade those in particular size and particular function. Tomorrow is going to be we start at 8:10 and the event is at 8:30. So at 8:29, I'll be laying those trades down, and I'll show you how to do that. So more pull away business on gold. We're gonna just chill out here for about 5 minutes. Let's see how the market is doing. So Bob, my stops and targets for here, I'll just put this over here on the text so you guys can actually see this. GC, it's a 20, and you notice I'm doing everything in ticks now, so you guys everybody can totally normalize on ticks. GC is a 20-40 ticks. Okay, now, oops. And NQ would be 40 by 80. So that's target, stop, ticks, whatever. Okay, that's it. That's it. Just keeping it super simple. The whole idea, guys, is that we're going to keep it clear, make it simple, make it easy, and make it repeatable. Simple, easy, repeatable, profitable. That's the name of the game with BFF. I noticed that I was looking at a lot of influencers that how everybody trades. Nobody trades a repeatable setup. Everybody has oh, today we're gonna do this, tomorrow we're gonna do this, tomorrow we're gonna touch this Fibonacci line or this support line. It's always a different idea. So you don't have any rules to anchor you. And as someone who wants to learn how to trade, you're like, how the fuck am I supposed to learn your interpretation? I think if I was new and I was trying to learn a technique, it almost forces you to to create you just sort of learn the basic principles, and then you have to experiment yourself. This allows you to have a clean, repeatable setup 20 times a day, and I think that's what makes the dots so much more valuable to a lot of people. At least that's what I got. I got a lot of feedback, positive feedback on that from people in Boca, and that was a huge vibe that huge positive vibe that they gave me. Bob says he agrees that that it's frustrating not to have repeatable setups. All right. Oh man, I'm losing my voice. So good morning, everybody. Who's new in the room here? I see a lot of new people in the room. Payday. Just need more information to open an account. What's the best way to contact me? Payday. I just put the link. If you wanna get started with my coaching, I just put that link in here right now. I'm going to put it again. Sign up for coaching, okay? And you'll be able to. Oh, what's going on with my mouse? Now I can't. Where's my mouse? Back to my mouse. Ooh, did I lose my mouse? Oh wow. Okay, hang on a second, guys. Sorry, I think I lost my mouse. It's not. Whoa. I'm starting to hate this Mac. All right. Everybody bear with me. I'm going to have to change. I'm going to change my mice. Hang on a second. That's annoying as fuck. It was working so well, and now it's not. All right, just bear with me, guys. Hopefully the wireless is going to work. Hi guys, I am back. Give me just 1 second. I had a complete crash. Just bear with me a sec here, guys, and we're gonna reset everything up. Tell me if you guys hear me okay. Oh man. Okay, just hang tight, guys. Hang tight, everybody. Hang tight, hang tight. We're going to rebuild the screens. Okay, I was screaming at you guys not to take that trade, and I hope you didn't take the trade because that's not a. Why was this not a retrace trade? I hope you guys did not take this. It's a red candle. Everything's got to be green on purple in order for that to have been a trade, right? Yeah, Christopher, Christopher, you agree with me? I mean, Christopher is Mr. Retrace, so he's kind of confirming what I'm saying, which is that that one little trick really helps you refine everything. All right, guys. So where the fuck am I? I am at 26. Okay, we're gonna run the 26 account. I got to put my trade of 8 on. And we'll see, we'll see what we can do here with this. And then we're going to go to wealth charts and see what we can do with wealth charts. I'm going to go back to trading. Oh, we rebuilt. Everybody rebuilt okay, everybody kind of left me and then we guys all came back. Okay, very nice. Very nice, very nice. Okay, you guys see me? So remember I said, we want to take, I would have taken that if it wasn't market open. That was a pull away trade that worked like a charm. We were over here. There's a 10, 20 target stop, which is what we're going to do. We're going to do 40 ticks right over here. 40 ticks, close, save this layout, and we'll be good to go. So on well charts, it's going, we're going to trade NASDAQ. On trade of 8, we're going to trade gold, and we're just going to wait for, for the next possible setup. You guys see that I'm trading 20, 40 ticks on gold, 40, 80 ticks on NASDAQ, right? Everybody kind of confirmed to me that you guys are all seeing and hearing and doing everything else. Sorry, guys, it was just a Chrome lost control of my what do you call it? Connection, and it just blew me out completely. All right, so gold had a nice big run. We've had actually a really nice big run through 41.5, 41.50, right? Now you can see that even though it's a positive trend, it's kind of starting to turn itself down. And we're going to see if there's a potential, if there's going to be a red dot trade. Now, the red dot trade that we're going to be looking for is a pull away trade. And that's, in other words, the only way we're going to trade this to the short side is if the high of this candle does not touch the moving average and it has a red dot. It's a red dot pull away trade, which is a cool trade, right? Hello, Mr. M. Everybody new, say hello to me. Say hello to me. Tell me where you're trading from. Okay, here we go. Here we go. $1.34 on the clock. So plenty of time, for us to wait for this particular trade. It's gotta have a red dot. If the red dot goes away, there's no trade here, right? Who's new? There was a couple of people that were new in the room that were saying hi to me, and then I got blown out of the room because my Mac froze up on me. I had to restart it. Come say hi to me again. Tell me where you're coming from. Tell me if you trade prop. I'd love to know. New Jersey. Where you from in Jersey? You just joined Apex. You just need my Tradeovate setup code. It's not my Tradeovate setup code. It's the Apex discount code, which is BK Save. So if you use my code, you're going to get the best. Near Princeton. Okay. Sorry, you're very Tony, very Tony. Okay. I'm trading from New York today, but you guys know that we have a house in Jersey, so I'm there a lot of times. In wonderful, close to right next to Alpine, exit 2 off the Palisades. Hi, George. How are you? So, Chasen, the code is free for everybody to use. Just use the link, which I'm going to give you right now. Sorry, it's usually I have everything all set up, but this is a new Mac, and like all my shortcuts, everything else, nothing is working quite yet. Just give me a sec. I'm going to give you the link. Okay, here's the link for Apex. But the key thing is, if you want my indicator, which is the key, without the tool, you don't have the rules. And without the rules, you don't have a trade. If you want the tool, then the only way to get that is to come join us in coaching. And I'm happy to have you guys in coaching. We actually having coaching today. Today is our coaching day. That's going to be 7 p.m. tonight. So if you join now, actually, Jason, I will be able to buy you 4 free Apex accounts. So you can join us. I'll give you a refund. You'll use that refund to buy Apex accounts, and you'll have like 4 accounts tomorrow to trade live with us. So I welcome everybody to come in and come hang out with us. All right, so we're watching gold try to see if you make fresh highs here past the 151, or whether it's going to be a stall area. The cool thing is, because we don't do anything until we actually get a signal. So we don't have to chase. We don't have to make stupid ass trades. We don't have to do range. That's the other thing I was going to tell you. So this is such an interesting discovery. I basically realized when we're trading in Boca. So what's the one thing that kills we trade continuity, right? Which means we are always betting that there will be an extension to our move. So if we get long, we think it's going to go longer. If we get short, we think it's going to go shorter, right? We're always trading momentum continuity, right? So the question that, we always, what's the most toxic environment for us is what? Somebody put an answer in the chat. Let's see if you guys can ranges, right? Range, if you think about it, is prices just sticking to the moving average, right? So one of the cool ways that we know that we have a potential for continuity is the pull away trade, right? Until we see the pull away signal, we don't make any moves, right? So Dougie, chop, range, right? How do we escape range? With a pull away? And until we see, hopefully this is going to set up, and I'll show it to you in gold. And hopefully it's not going to give me a false signal. But even if it does, it doesn't really matter, because I can just sort of show you on the charts. You see, you have chop until you get the first pull away over here, right? And then you actually have the beginning of a continuity, right? You have, let me show you, chop, 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 chop over here. You have the first pull away over here, and you have some continuity. Not much, but some continuity. But here's a good example. Chop, 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 chop. Pull away, which does lead you to a quick short scalp, and then a pull away the other way right over here that leads to much greater expansion to the other side. Right. The point is that you can just avoid a lot of the chop by just waiting for the pull away signal, which makes it a lot easier. Like right now, we have one. $1.21 on the clock. We have one. So if this holds, we're definitely going to go long. You guys seeing what I'm showing you? 59 seconds left on the clock. No, I use a hard stop, Gary. I'm never I'm in out. Scalping is take the trade, make the trade. Okay, we're gonna join bid. I'm in the trade a little bit early. Definitely a pull away trade, so legit. And let's see if it works for us. Oh, I got stopped out. So this one didn't work. Fine. That's another reason why I kind of like having smaller stops, because if I get tagged out, it's a minor hit. Let me just remove all the settings, execution marks, so you guys can see a clean trade. So this was a pull away trade. They just simply boom reverse on us. That happens, but it was a legit trade. Now we have potentially a retrace trade here if it doesn't go red. So I'm going to wait patiently here to see if it holds. But obviously, this 150, 160 level in gold, pretty choppy. Nope, the retrace trade turned red. Now, if it comes back up and stays green, we're going to take it. We're just going to wait patiently to see how it trades out. Oh, and it goes away. That was a tough clip, because that definitely was. We just simply got swept by a little bit of volatility. This trade is definitely gonna would have definitely worked. But we're gonna let it go. Let's see what NASDAQ is doing. NASDAQ is really rocking too. Okay, we're gonna wait for a pull away trade in NASDAQ now, because this is fresh new trend. 120 is the trade here. Let's see if it wants to do something good for us. I'll switch around to see how the screens are trading. Why did I take the white dot in gold? Because first of all, I only take the white dots when it's both sides of the green. You see, this was a red slope to green slope. Like white dot over here, both sides green. That's a good white dot. This was problematic. Like it certainly worked, but it wasn't as high confidence level as I wanted it to be. Let me remove all the drawings. So it's just like a nice clean clean chart, so I can guide you through what I'm seeing. Oh, 40 seconds left on this. 35 seconds left on this. This is a pull away trade in NASDAQ. 27, 28 seconds. All right, 10 seconds. I'm going to go join bid. I'm in the trade. I'm in at 35, and we're almost there. We're almost there, and we're done. And that was a nice, see how it's like rocket fuel, right? Just pure rocket fuel on that trade. Just boom. Like if you were looking at a trade of 8, sorry, I forgot the shift command space. Is it shift option space? No. What's the emoji keyboard? It's shift command space, right? Why is my not emoji keyboard not coming up? All right, screw it. Anyways, it's like a rocket ship. Boom, 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 right on NASDAQ. Very, very clean move. Meanwhile, gold is really kind of getting choppy, right? Not a lot of activity. Yeah, I know Windows keyboard. Isn't it shift command space? Maybe it's shift control space. No, shit. This one is shift command space. All right, doesn't matter. Or maybe it's this. Maybe I need to do text. Shift command space. Shift control space. No. All right, never mind. Anybody take that NASDAQ trade with me? The thing about this is like to an amateur eye or to a natural human eye, it's not even like, it's not a criticism. To an average person, this looks like the worst possible trade because it looks like it's a runaway trade. It looks like, you're just buying highs and you're going to get completely killed. When in fact, it's usually the best possible trade. It's exactly the opposite of what your natural human instinct is. It takes a long time to kind of train yourself out of it. But once you see it, the dots make it super easy for you to identify those spots, and it makes you really easy to to run those trades. All right, who's it? Santiago was asking me about the white dot. So here we have a white dot that's got green on this side, meaning that the slope is already green, right? What I was saying, why didn't I take this? Because the slope was red, and therefore it wasn't as great a confidence booster for us. So we're going to take the white dot trade. Is just a classic. We're coming from the lows to the highs in positive trend move that we want to take when it's given to us. So 39 seconds left. Let's see if we want to. If the white dot holds, we're not going to move until 10 seconds to count down. And this is really kind of to see. I'm going to run the 41, up to 141.70, basically. I'm going to run these levels because it looks like gold is consolidating, ready to go. All right, I'm joining bid. All right, I'm in the trade. 67.5 is a target on this one. Yeah. A lot of resist on gold. There's just not enough, not a lot of, not, they used to just, we had that huge momentum to the buy side. I'm noticing, by the way, that the buys in gold are not as insane or as euphoric as they were even a couple of days ago. So just be mindful of that. The gold trade is still a positive trade, but like the buyers are, having to really work for every tick right now. And this trade might not work again. So, but it's a legit setup. We'll give it a few more minutes to let it play itself out. Nope. I just can't get up. I had a 10 ticks up, but I couldn't get up to the 20 ticks. Oh, first siren of the day. What is that siren? Let's see if you guys can identify it. That's a very identifiable sign. That is NYPD. That's right. It's cops. It's cops. Popo. What's a 5-0? Is that a term for cops? Did Poca convince me to implement the daily target? Or is that not for you? No, it did not convince me to implement a daily target. You mean I don't know what you mean by that, Santiago. I have a target on every single account where I'm trying to get them to 100, and then I just simply rotate them out. Is that what you're talking about? No, gold is just not going to work for me today. And with a tighter stop, now I fully understand, guys. If I had a wider stop, actually in this particular case where we got stopped out, it wouldn't have worked either. I would have been 66. It would have just taken me out. And I got clipped twice, which is very, very bad. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change accounts because I don't want to manage this account anymore. We're going to go to the 8 account and run that on gold because now we're going to protect ourselves. On the other hand, notice what's happening. It's clear the sellers have better control of the market right now, right? The buyers couldn't get it up. If this is a red dot that stays, we're going to trade it. If it isn't, then it's just simply chop, and we just have to be very, very patient. But now we're going to rotate to the other account, and we're going to try and trade this the other way. The bad part is, yes, the 4 stop takes you out more. The very good part is it makes much smaller losses, so much easier to recover from those losses. But right now, one of the things I do, you guys see it. If the account has more than 1 stop, just forget it. We're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna try and trade the next accounts for the next good setup. All right, this is not a setup. It's just we're still chopping around in gold, doing nothing. NASDAQ is sort of exhausting itself at this 2160. But Nasdaq has been the clean, clear trade today. Usually it's been gold that's been a really, really good trade. Now Nasdaq is back to being a good trade. Okay, let's actually see. Nasdaq's got a purple dot against a green green condition. Now, if this stays as is, let's see. That could actually be a retrace buy for us, right? Yeah, we have 10 a.m. news. Garen is saying we have 10 a.m. news. What's the news today? Consumer confidence, existing home sales, not much. Nothing really here. We do have a super busy week that's coming up. I get it. Gold looking like it's weakening a little bit, so let's see if it's going to give us a sell signal. Existing home sales report at in line, so no real trades. Purple dot, but not a green candle, so not a trade for us. Oh, look how choppy gold is. Just like boom, boom, right? Look at these buy, sell. Like within 1 second, you have $1 to $2.50 move up and down. This is a perfect time to just wait it out. To wait out until you get a pull away dot, one way or the other. And like now, I'm not going to do any trades until I do get a pull away dot. It's not a bad buy here as a retrace buy, but not a great one. So we're not going to do it. So gold ran into a pretty big wall of sales at around the 4160, right? It's clearly a lot of offers. Now it's starting to come back down. We start breaking the lows over here. It's going to give us a red dot signal. Well, they release CPI. They're supposed to release the CPI tomorrow. We're we're going to try and trade it for sure. And see if you bought this. As I said, it wasn't a bad buy. It just wasn't a like a great buy. So the low here was, the close was 45, and it's 65. I mean, you would have made 10 points. It's again not a horrible trade, but it just wasn't a perfect trade because it wasn't a green candle. Gold is beating back the sellers. Let's see if we get another pull away trade here. this whole zone of 165 is basically gold trying to make the 170 back to the 4200 level. That's where all the you can really see the buyers and the sellers are just, this is equilibrium level, right? Everybody's selling, everybody's buying, nobody wants to budge. NASDAQ also stalling a little bit here at this level. Let's see what it wants to do next. Let's see what's on the anything on the news. Nothing, nothing super interesting. I'm just looking to see if there's anything in the news here today. Anybody's talking about. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Ooh, gold finally starting to do a pull away trade. $1.15 on the clock. If this maintains this this price structure, we're going to go long again. Is there a NASDAQ short? Somebody's saying if you get a red dot closing, yeah, it's not a it's not a bad red NASDAQ short. We'll go to the 14 account and just set ourselves up to see if it plays out. 52 seconds on the clock. So here you see like it's a tiny but definite pull away trade where the high of the candle is not touching the moving average. You can actually see that. I could try to sell NASDAQ. In the meantime, no, gold green dot went away. Let's watch. I'm gonna watch gold. We're gonna give gold one more college try here, if it holds. This time I'm really not gonna move till about 5 seconds to the close because these candles are so volatile that the dot could disappear and completely give up the setup. So 11, 9, 5, join bid. All right, I'm in the trade. 70.2. This actually a run towards 70. Let's see if they're actually going to make that run towards 70. That's the run. And we're done. And finally, that worked. So you guys saw that? Let me show you. I took all the execution marks off because I didn't want the charts to be polluted. But you see 68.2, 72, boom, 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 boom. Anybody take the gold with me? You got it. Good job. All right, I focus on the gold trade. This NAS trade, not showing any continuity here, so we're going to leave it alone. I primarily wanted to be trading gold because I wanted to kind of show you where the really good trades are. All right, let me make sure everybody sees the Apex links. Hold on. Where's this thing? Okay. Why don't I see? What's going on over here? Hello? Did I knock you guys out? What happened? Hey, are you guys? Oh my God. Am I still not? Am I in StreamYard? Oh, this is so weird. I have like a double StreamYard. Why am I? Oh man, guys, hang on. Wait, testing, testing. Okay. All right. You know what, guys? I'm sorry. I'm having all these technical issues today. You guys got a lot of good trades. I'm closing a winner. I think we're gonna end up early. Tomorrow I'm gonna trade from the Windows laptop where everything is all set up and we should be in much better shape. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna cut it early today just because you're getting feedback and I don't figure out why I'm doing a double trade. I'll see you guys.